The chair of the National Transportation Safety Board is testifying before Congress today about the Baltimore bridge collapse.
Yesterday, the NTSB released the findings from its preliminary investigation. The report says that the ship lost power about 10 hours before leaving the port of Baltimore, and then it had a blackout once again a short time before it hit the Key Bridge. 6 construction workers were killed. The NTSB says a full investigation could take more than a year. Earlier this week, crews removed the wreckage on top of the ship so that it can move out of the way and so that the port of Baltimore can be fully reopened.
U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg joins us now to speak about this and other major matters. Mr. Secretary, thanks for your time today. I just want to get your takeaways from this preliminary report and specifically what's being done to prevent this from happening again. After all, 6 lives were lost, and there were clues that this vessel had issues.
NTSB is doing very thorough work, and this preliminary report is a guidepost to what is to come. I think that it will inform everything from how the Coast Guard and maritime authorities keep an eye on vessel traffic to potentially how bridges are reinforced and built in the future. Now, we still haven't seen an indication of whether there's any known bridge design that could have withstood an impact like this, but there are ways to make our bridges more resilient and, of course, ways to make sure an impact like this can be prevented in the first place. And I think that will continue to be the focus for the long term. Of course, the immediate term focus continues to be getting the port back open. The extraordinary work done by these crews Monday to remove some of that remaining bridge wreckage is a major step forward. And the effort to get the bridge back up, which we're also in active communication with Maryland's Department of Transportation, already put out the first $60 million toward helping get that done as well.
Secretary Buttigieg, the White House is currently marking Infrastructure Week. More than $537 billion have been announced for various projects. There's a lot. Talk to us about what the priority is for the federal government, because a lot of these projects are going to take a lot of time.
Yeah, year after year, Infrastructure Week came and went. Nothing actually happened, and it became kind of a punchline around here. Obviously, it's different this time because we have real funding, historic funding, through the Biden infrastructure package to get projects underway. We have identified 56,000 projects and counting. Some of them are streetscape projects in a small community that can be done in one construction season. Some of them will take the better part of a decade. Some of what I call the cathedrals of our infrastructure, the Hudson River Tunnel, major bridges like the bridge between Ohio and Kentucky, the Brent Spence Bridge, and everything in between. We're improving ports, airports, rail lines. We just cut the ribbon on the Las Vegas to Southern California high-speed rail that promises to be the first high-speed rail in revenue operation in the United States, just project after project. And our focus is to get it done quickly, but more importantly than that, to get it done right, because this is a huge investment of federal taxpayer dollars. And we want to make sure that all of them go to good purposes that benefit safety, that lead to less pollution, that create good jobs, and that give us that excellent and equitable transportation system that everybody deserves.
All right, I want to speak about something that has had us all speaking when it comes to airline fees. The major airlines getting together to sue your agency over this new rule requiring them to just disclose the fees they charge all of us. You said yesterday on social media you were speechless at this news. Let me get you to fill in that blank. How are you going to respond to this?
Well, obviously, we are going to defend our rule. We issued a rule on automatic refunds, making sure you can get your money back when an airline owes you money. And then we had this additional rule basically just saying that when an airline or anybody else is selling you a ticket, they've got to make clear what all of the costs are. You know, sometimes you see an ad for an airfare and they say 50% off the airfare, but it doesn't mention that technically the airfare is not even the majority of what you got to pay because of all these other fees. Mandatory fees, airport fees, fees for baggage, fees for changes or cancellations. All this rule says is that they've got to tell you what those costs are. They should be doing that already. And it's just astonishing that the airline industry lobby would sue us to prevent having to inform you with information about those fees. I think that we will succeed in defending this, but it really tells you how reluctant they have been to embrace these rules, which, by the way, I think are going to be good for the whole airline sector. I think it actually benefits the airlines, too, when customers have more confidence and trust in the services that they're getting.
Well, let's stick with airlines and frustration for a little bit because we are right around the corner from Memorial Day weekend. We're expecting record levels of travelers, but there's a lot of Americans who are wary about incidents like the Boeing door blowout. Other reports, the FAA is investigating also that Boeing incident and conducting a separate investigation into United Airlines. What do you have to say to Americans about the status of our airlines at this point and flying in America?
Well, from a safety perspective, I'd start by saying that every time I step onto an airliner, which is almost every couple of days, I know that I am being protected by the extraordinary work of the FAA, the pilots, flight crews, maintenance teams, and others, which is what has made flying the safest way to travel in the country. What is on our hands right now, of course, is the work that needs to be done to keep it that way. It's why we've put Boeing under a microscope after that January incident. It's why there's been very tough enforcement on the safety and the quality control aspects to make sure that every plane that goes into the sky is safe, and the FAA won't allow anything to fly unless they're confident that it is safe. Boeing is on a 90-day clock right now set by the administrator to put forward a comprehensive plan on what they're going to do to improve their quality control issues. Until they do, they're not going to be allowed to increase their production. Safety has to come first and foremost always. But again, if you're a member of the flying public, as I am, know that flying is the safest mode of transportation in the world.
All right, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, always great to have you on CBS News. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you.
Same here. Thank you.